On the 15th of May, I came from work. I finished work 3 o'clock. I went home. And around 4 something, I heard 3 gunshots. They said it have a man lying down on the ground, and by the uniform, I think it's your husband. A gunshot straight from the back of the head, and it went through his eye. Deep down, I don't want to believe that he is dead.
And I said, I have to call my son-in-law. And while he's talking to me, I hear him say, where's this boy, where's this boy? And I hear the gunshot. I said, I call his name again. I said, answer me. And when I hear the groan, I said, God, something wrong. And as I go and did the little trace there, I saw the body. I said, that is my baby.
I get a phone call. My daughter called me and tell me, Mommy, the body that they find in forensic is Kasim. That was the Wednesday. The Thursday we went to forensic. The Friday was dually. The Saturday I cremated. Well, actually I finished cremating him because what they did, they burned him, they cut off his hands, they hit him in his head. When they realized it was the wrong person, they tried to burn the body to get rid of it. Somebody take it upon themselves to say that I didn't need him no more, time for him to take him away.
June, the 28th of June, 2006, I was away. And you just get an instinct to call home. Daddy had been just kidnapped. Somebody tell him where they took my son. I saw an army van coming in the trees. And then he said, Mom, we find Nicky, you know. I say, where? He said, up in the hills in Monaco.
He was 25, not I was 22. But I was murdered. There was buried right in the back of my house. Found on the 12th of January, 2006. 2005 it happened, in 2006. Nigel, a piece of skin was rolling on Nigel's neck. They chopped them. Here, they chopped him straight on his back.
While my son was killed, they killed him on the 8th of May. They carried him Santa Cruz, they dumped his body over a precipice. They found him on the 9th. The 10th was Mother's Day. I burnt him, in fact, because I couldn't open the casket. His face was in a mess because he got 5 bullets in his head.
It took him 2 years to become what he ended up. Monday morning, as I reached back from dropping the children, my daughter jumped out of a taxi. Mommy, forensic calling us to come down. Multiple bullet wounds. A broken arm, and there's a hole you could see deep down. And I said, oh God. He had spoke to us, he tell us they're coming. It was either they kill him or they come and spray up the home, you know. Yes, I had accepted the fate of my son.
That night I heard 2 gunshots. I saw when Mommy Darrell dead. I saw him on the ground, lying on his back and his eyes open. He lived the way he wanted and he did what he wanted to do. I never really blame nobody, eh? But who your son have as friends and the crowd that they mingling have a great part. I also feel sorry for the young man that killed my son.
I was angry. I was angry with God also because I wanted to know how He could allow something like that to happen to someone who don't interfere with anybody.
My whole mind went berserk.
I felt lost. I felt confused. I was so confused that I reached the suicide point.
Never in my wildest dream, I think I would have had to go through that. I wasn't expecting them to bury me.
That was a great loss for me because that was my only son.
I used to walk the street every morning, try to kill myself, you understand? And with all of that, God stepped in because He sent that a prayer group in my area. And I went out to them and, you know, they reached out to me.
I did not know how to feel. I was lost in prayer. I couldn't control myself in prayer. Yeah, but after, I realized he's gone.
I had 3 other deaths. That was the cancer. And his dad was the last one that succumbed to it. And he just didn't know how to cope with it. And he just went downhill and straight to his death.
It was kind of shocking to me because he had 2 young children and he come and die and he was so young. And to me it hurt me to find out to know that daughter suffer and go up without her father. It really hurt me a lot because I lost my father also.
Okay. The guy that killed my son, after my son died and buried, I used to still give him food because I was afraid if my son was so close to you and they kill him, if he brother them tried to think he might kill them. So the fear of loss in the next child, I went to negotiate there and said I buy rat poison. I said the day when he come for food, I poisoning him.
He was the sole benefactor in the family, you understand? And then leaving me with these children to take care of, I just feel, well, I couldn't take it anymore. You understand? I feel like ending it all.
You know, and you're trying to look for the answers. You're trying to find somebody to ask a question as to why, what, when, who, you know, and you could never ever get it.
It hurted you so much. It hurted so much that words kind of explain the pain. You know, the pain is just, you know.
It's almost a year now, and it's just like when I reflect on it, it's just like yesterday. It's something that, you know, no mother can't forget. The picture just can't come out of my head.
You're feeling so angry. You know, you're angry because why you kill my child and you walking up along the street.
When these fellas kill, they don't understand. They don't only kill the individual, they kill the whole family.
It's, he was a nice person.
I lost 2 sons, 6 months apart. Right now my whole family in a mess.
It impacted my family so much that I had 2 grandsons, right? One is 8 and one is 14. And the one 14, I don't think it have a gun he can cut out with a piece of wood, because he's saying that he is going to revenge his uncle. The other 8-year-old say he's going to join the army. And when he joined the army, he's going to shoot down the whole of the place up there where they kill his uncle.
It impacted on me a lot with my daughter, especially when she father died 4 years back. She just all over the place, they beg she to come home, she coming home, she will just call me on the phone. There's a problem with that little girl.
January coming with the 3 years since it happened, and the siblings not dealing with it. I'm trying to get them to get counseling, but nobody don't know how they feel, so they want to keep to themselves, but I don't know.
It's sad, because here am I, having to cope with the loss of a mother, the loss of a father, the loss of a husband, the loss of a son, and watching these young ladies now. You know, I mean, one had a government job, it was excellent. And where she is today, it's just that she just refused to accept the fact that he's not coming back. There's nothing we can do now, and move on.
I'll stay strong with it and just asking God every day to guide and protect us.
I have to cope with the loss of my 2 sons. Now I have to cope with my husband. My daughter don't talk to me. She doesn't want to talk.
She is a very angry child. Very angry. I'm scared because she's telling you that she's going to school. She's going to do well in school. She's going to get a good job. And when she get a job, her first pay, she is going to get a gun, and she is going to go up where they had taken her father, and she is going to, those that dead, she will kill the children.
My last son is 19 years, and he is living with a hate. And you know, the kind of things that come out him out is always revenge, revenge, revenge.
This is the kind of thing that is come out of children, of siblings who lose loved ones. This is the only thing that they will think about, getting back. My last daughter is telling me the same thing. I said, so why do you want to do that? It would make sense. It would just keep going on and on.
I find I was full of aggression, and anything anybody say or do, I'll be responding to it in a very harsh way, and it will cause other people to be angry, and as I said, it was a cycle.
We destroyed, we lost a great loss of the family because he was the joy of the family.
Remember, I had 5 children. I now have 4. My loss is still there. The pain is still there, the agony is still there. Because up until that time, I was still taking out food for my son.
At the end, I must have to try to deal with it in a way because I can't go out into society with that type of behavior and things. I had to try to change somehow and try to forget it.
I saw him there, and it took us a while, and he came back down. And when he came down, I met everybody home. Everybody except Ellis. So we started to cry.
I can't afford the salary that I'm getting with 2 children and bills to pay. I can't afford to pay my rent. I went to the government for a house. My name was on the list. They took it off because my husband died, so which means I don't need anything. When I went back again, they put it back, and I'm still waiting on them for an apartment. So it's hard.
I have to go to work. We have nobody to support us. We never really get any help from like the government. Nobody never come and counsel. Nothing. But I just did.
It's hard, really hard, because you have all these bills. Try to cover on that, so it's extra work. I mean,
I didn't know where the money was coming from, but thankfully, my family worried and we got buried.
By the help of God, the little money that I'm working for, I just making it. I just making do with it.
We coping, we have no choice. So then things I won't be able to give them, they understand.
it's not like before. So it's an adjustment period until better can be done.
To date, there has been approximately 490 murders. More and more questions are being asked about the secondary victims of homicides in this country. Is there enough being done? What else? What other kinds of support can be provided? But before we could answer any of those questions, we need to first understand, how does this violence affect